Okay, today I'm going to make my take on American pancakes. I've been making them for years, and the whole idea stemmed from when my middle son, Yanni, literally from the moment he started eating, refused to have any fruit or vegetables. And you know what? He's 15 years old and he hasn't changed. And although he does eat fruit and veg, a lot of the time I have to get it in there in a hidden manner. So this was one of my ways of getting a little bit, it's not a huge amount, but a little bit of fruit into his diet when he was really little. And they've all loved them ever since. So basically, I use spelt flour. I've got fruit purees. These are literally just, you know, the baby purees. I use 3 pots of those, which comes to around 300 grams. I've got coconut milk, but you could also use normal milk, why not? So I've got 300 mils of that, a couple of eggs, there's the spelt flour, and a little bit of baking powder just to help them rise. So super easy, mix it all together. Put the fruit in there. I use any old mix of fruit puree. Preferably not the lumpy ones. This is completely smooth. I mean, if you want, just, you know, mashed banana works really well. I've tried everything. I've tried nectarines, peaches when they're ripe, when they're in season. So you can play around with it. It's just a case of getting the quantities right. So approximately 300 grams of mashed fruit, your 2 eggs, your 300 mils of milk of some sort, in this case coconut, and 200 grams of, I've used spelt. I mean, if you're gluten-free, spelt is not gluten-free, although some people find it more digestible than normal flour. This is wholemeal one. I mean, you could, you know, rice flour works really well. The proportions are exactly the same for rice flour as they would be for wheat flour. So just play around and then mix it all together. So once you got the mix, I heat up. All I've done is put a little bit of coconut oil into the frying pans. I've let them heat for quite a while because I find the first pancakes tend to go a bit squidgy and go wrong. And hopefully if you heat it up enough, that won't happen. And I just dollop great big tablespoonfuls into the frying pans. So probably about 4 or 5, in this case 4, to a pan. Now I've got Mr. Fusspot, aka Yanni, who doesn't like raisins, of course, because they might possibly be healthy in his mind. So I tend to do half of them just plain because of him, and then sometimes for the others I put on raisins, or you can put on some sunflower seeds or some pumpkin seeds. Whatever you fancy really, but Mr. Fusspot has them plain. And then basically you just wait for the bubbles. What you'll see is bubbles rising to the surface, and when it gets really quite bubbly, that's usually a sign that it's time to flip them over. You can see a few bubbles there, so I tend to flip them over. And actually, if you make them small, better for little children because they can hold them in their hands, and easier to flip over as well. And they're nice and golden. I can hear a dog. I think he likes the smell of them. Bruno fancies the pancakes. he's very interested. There we are. Oh dear, what's up? Okay, so there we are, fruity pancakes with spelt in them. Really easy, really quick, yummy, kids love them, so do I.